I was 19 years old turning up at basic training, and I still had that like element of that fat shy kid that was like chasing me around. So like when I turned up, I remember turning up at the train station, and you meet like you all meet in the same location, and like the screws or the corporals come and take you up to the camp. And I remember looking around at the other lads and just thinking, like there's some big lads, but everyone looks stronger and fitter than you, or like more confident, or you just have this perception of them, and they're probably, looking back now, they're doing exactly the same. They're looking at you going like, fuck, like these guys are stronger, fitter than me. I think it's just something that humans have got ingrained into them. And then you jump in the minibuses and drive and get thrown like a set of like Ron Hills and a maroon jumper, and that's you. You like get your head shaved and you're initiated into the transformation camp from civilian to soldier. And it is literally that, right? You turn up as a civilian, wide-eyed, eager, and you leave as a soldier. And it takes 6 months. And do you know what? I kind of shocked myself getting through that, because I was never the fittest. Like I was never the strongest. I was never at the front. Like, and we used to do these exercises where, it'd be a warm up before we went on a tab, and the PTIs would, point to a tree and just say, right, everyone to that tree and back. Last 10, go again. And I'd always be in that last 10. And then it'd be right, go again, last 5, go again. And I'd always be in that last 5. But I had a bit of a theory around that. And I guess because I was never the fittest, never the strongest, but I've always completed stuff and always hung on. So I've always been used to being, in that fatigue state. Like that's quite normal for me, which, as we all know, that builds resilience and that builds a stronger mind and body. Whereas the front runners, they were just used to, running at their normal pace and just being okay with that. So, when you deploy to places like the jungle or some of these harsher environments, like where everyone is on that level of fatigue, like for me, it was just normal. And you'd see some of the fittest people just fall over and, collapse with heat stroke, or, just not be able to carry on just because of the conditions. Again, like I'm in my comfort zone when I'm fatigued. So, that I just know that I can just you break it down, right? And it's just one step, and then the next step's just one step, and just, forget about where it is that you need to go and just concentrate on that next step. And like the rest is just time, and time moves, right? Time ticks down, and then eventually you just find yourself in that position. Selection is like a race of attrition, and you generally start with around 150 to 170. In the first 3 weeks, you're probably down to around 50, and then you go out on the next phase, and you could come back with, say, 20, 25 people, which is probably a good course. And then the rest of it's just training to get you ready to join the squadron. I think for me, like I enjoyed selection. Like there wasn't one day when I woke up and just went that I didn't want to be here. It was more just about, just proving to myself that I could get through each day. And I kind of found enjoyment in seeing people fall off. I think a lot of people do, as in, not in a bad way, right? I didn't rub anyone's face in it. But when you're doing things that are difficult and you've got an easy option to get out, like you can literally VW and, you don't hand a number in. You literally VW and you can just walk off and pack your kit and go. And you'll be in a warm shower and bath and, whatever food you want. So it's easy to quit, which makes it, the majority of people do quit. I think when that happens, like you see their weakness and it puts you up a level, right? It puts you up a level of, puts your strength up a little bit. So yeah, I enjoyed those 6 months on selection. And I think as the less able members or the less able soldiers start to drop off, you end up with a tight-knit bunch of guys that have all been through the same shit. And you form bonds through those dark times. You counteract it with a bit of humour. At the end, you're left with a good group of lads.
If you want to support more projects like this, please consider heading over to Mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now buy the Memento Mori poster. It's a poster to remind you that you are going to die. Use code STOIC at checkout for 10% off. Let's dive back into this amazing story.
I'm competitive, right? I've always wanted to, secretly or whatever, just be better than the people around me, and not in like a bad way. As in, still now I like to feel like if we all just went for a run, that I'd be able to hold my own or just be at the front. Because I guess I never had that growing up. Like, I was quite a chunky kid and quite a shy kid, so I've always just had this thing that's followed me around. I've always had this like vision of myself following me around, that I'm just this shy, chunky kid that I was when I was younger. And I've always just tried to get away from that throughout my life, which led into kind of doing the fitness, the Argos weights bench set. And and that probably still like chases me around now. So I've always just, at the time, like, I'm trying to get away from that kid. And at the same time, just trying to, I guess you're just trying to develop yourself every day. And you don't realize that when you're young, but the older you get, when you look back retrospectively, you notice that that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to get away from almost what everyone else is doing. Everyone else is just going down that normal life. Do you know what? I think deep down I've still got that, shy, chunky boy just follows me around everywhere. I think probably a lot of people that, that look successful from other people's viewpoints probably have some sort of shy, chunky young boy that follows them around. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
It works for you.
Yeah. No, but I think anyone that's, got to some level of success probably has some sort of past that follows them around, whatever that is. And that shy, chunky boy doesn't seem to disappear, It follows me around even now. And, kind of going back to what you said, like, guys in the special forces are, like, we're still human beings. We're the same as everyone else. There's no difference there. Like, you still feel, think, and do everything that every normal person does. It's just you've got a different, you picked a different job career and you've got a different level of training.
Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to subscribe to Jay's Instagram and all that kind of stuff, we're going to link it down below. These kind of stories for me are just super interesting. Obviously, a lot of you guys followed for these kind of stories from other people, so we thought we'd put this one out there. Somehow it went under the radar, so here it is. So thank you for watching. If you want to support projects like this, please consider heading over to Mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now get the Memento Mori poster. Use code STOIC at checkout for 10% off. It's a poster to remind you that you are going to die. It's been the most powerful tool that I have used in the last year. I can't think of anything else. And also you can get the Rise and Grind t-shirts, the hoodies, the journals, whatever it is all over at Mulliganbrothers.com. All the profits go back into creating this content. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed and productive day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.